Gents, good to be back. Good to be back in the saddle. Average Joe Sports Talk. Mr. Abercrombie, Mr. Woods. This is our official top 25 breakdown of this week game with the point spreads and all. We always put out a bigger one a little bit earlier in the week and just for the bigger games to get the momentum going. Then we finish up the top 25. That being said, we're going to dive right into this one. Alabama could be 1,000, whatever the point spread is, playing the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. Don't see any problem from that. Don't have to spend much time on this game. One of those games you just want to keep everybody healthy and move forward.
That's one of those games, if you're betting, you're just asking yourself, how many touchdowns can Louisiana score? Because if they can score 2, they'll cover. Because Alabama's not going to score 60 because Saban won't let them score 60.
Yeah, I never feel good when the line's that high because Saban is adamant on not running up the score.
Yeah, I don't see them having any kind of trouble at all. Just keep everybody healthy, move forward. If you're an Alabama fan, what you're looking forward to. It'll be over. Hurts will be in playing early, probably second quarter. I mean, I'd say midway through the second.
May even see Jones.
Yeah, probably so. I think in the second half for sure. Second game is Tennessee at Georgia. That's a 31.5 point spread. I don't think there's no way in Hades that spread would even be in the millennium of that had the game with Florida not happened last week. It would probably been about a 24 point spread at the most. I think that's inflated because of what happened last week. What do you
it wasn't. It was. I mean, Florida did play well last week, but Tennessee turned the ball over so many times.
Yeah.
They you don't see that often. So 31.5 points is a lot. I think you're right. I think it's 31.5 because of what happened last week, but it wasn't like Florida just beat them to them woodshed and just held them. They punted 20 times. I mean, we forced turnovers, opportunistic turnovers. So I got Georgia winning by 3 touchdowns. Tennessee covered.
I would agree with that. What about interesting matchup right here? Just the pesky Syracuse at Clemson. It's Clemson minus 25. How do you see that?
I'm all over that one.
I know you talked about it last night.
Syracuse will easily cover that.
Yeah, I got the not so fast, my friend, this week because I think right now. I mean, Clemson's going to cover that, and that's Syracuse at the Carrier Dome, like we talked off air about. Because at the Carrier Dome, there's the aura of the Carrier Dome. It's one of probably the most underrated places in the NCAA to play, honestly.
I would say.
But I think that Trevor Lawrence is the best female athlete we've ever seen play college football, and probably throw 5 or 6 touchdowns.
Sunshine, sunshine.
Hey, that dude's legit though.
No,
for real,
I've seen him.
legit.
This is the honest guy's truth. I've not watched him play. I don't never say this. I seen the guy throw 3 passes on SportsCenter, and I said that dude is a freaking quarterback.
Oh yeah.
That joker. When you are erasing angles, when you're throwing footballs, and the trajectory of the ball is just erasing any kind of angle of any kind of loft at all, and I'm talking about you're throwing 40 and 45 yards downfield, and these receivers are not only not breaking stride, it's out and over to the shoulder. I mean, the dude's, to be a freshman, he looked nasty. Now, like we said last night, before we crown him, let him play an LSU, let him play an Auburn and Alabama or somebody who's going to hit him and get in his face. I got to see that too, but I can tell you this. If they don't get to him, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah. Clemson's schedule lines up very well for a freshman quarterback. The only ranked team they have on their schedule right now is Duke, and Duke may not be ranked when they get to them.
Well, it depends on if J.J. Redick comes back from that turned ankle or not. If Duke's going to stay.
J.J. Redick.
Hey, do not talk about Duke basketball. Right?
We'll get into that. We got plenty of time to do that when basketball season was right.
No, I sincerely, I want to pick Syracuse to win so bad,
Oh, to win, not just to cover, win.
You said it's going to be a 2.5 point game, 2-point game.
I said it's going to be less than 7.
I didn't know you serious. I didn't know you drank.
Syracuse beat these boys last year. Now
at the Carrier Dome.
At the Carrier Dome, yes. But speaking of Clemson, Kelly Bryant transferred this morning.
That's huge.
He's not going to play, so it's the right decision for him. He wants to be able to play next year.
And I want to say, Dabo Swinney, what a stand-up guy.
Where did he transfer to?
He's not transferred.
He's got like 7 destinations. Florida's one of them. Florida, Auburn.
Auburn would be a great place for him to transfer.
Yeah, that'd be a little bit scary if Auburn got him. But
you know, Dabo could have easily started Kelly Bryant and told him you're starting, and then named Sunshine the starter next week.
Every game they start Bryant and they get in the hole, they bring Sunshine in, Sunshine brings them back and they blow them out. At some point, Dabo's like, okay, dude, you know, people are thinking
that's basically what happened.
I mean, you know, you got it. Sorry. Kelly Bryant said he didn't get a fair shake. I saw that today. And I don't know what goes on behind closed doors. I'm sure he seems like the type of guy that's about to air that out. So, but anyways, it's clear on the field who's better.
Kind of aired it out.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. He was the single reason they lost to Alabama last year.
Mm-hmm.
He was
He
shell
didn't get any
shocked.
first downs.
You
He
could
looked
see it in his
terrible.
eyes. They put up 6 points against Alabama. I think with Sunshine in there.
It's a fight. I promise you, it's a fight.
You know, I had a good friend of mine tell me that he believes, and I believe it as well, that part of the decision making that went into not only is Sunshine better on the field, but Dabo Swinney's looking ahead. And to beat Alabama, you've got to score points.
Yeah.
And Sunshine does that for him.
Yeah, he can sling it, bro. He takes the top off at defense, man.
Kelly Bryant, I don't think, was going to put up enough points. I think Dabo's seen it coming.
Yeah, he did. It's good to have them both because you can put in packages for them. Let's move on to the wideout. Huge, probably, I mean, without question, the biggest game of the week, in my opinion. Ohio State. You didn't get to touch on this. You weren't here last night. What do you think about that? 3.5 points.
3.5. I'd take Ohio State all day, every day. Like we were just talking about off air. Penn State likes to come out and plod, then all of a sudden, oh well, okay, let's go ahead and turn it on. Like you said, they're not doing that against Ohio State. You come out flat against Ohio State, it's 28-0 first quarter. I mean, that's how good they are offensively. So I think it's hard to break bad habits, and this isn't really the game you want to try to break a bad habit against of coming out slow. So I think Ohio State covers. I think they cover by a couple touchdowns.
What do you think about Ohio State playing a rookie freshman? First trip to Happy Valley, and it's a wideout at night.
Haskins, he's kind of like Lawrence we were talking about though. He's
Not
a
your
freshman.
typical freshman.
Yeah, but you don't. When you watch him play, you think this dude's not. If you didn't know anything about him, you saw him play, you think, okay, junior, third year junior. But yeah, I mean, you never know what happens in a 19-year-old kid's head. You know, you don't know. I mean, who knows? But if he plays like he's been playing, it's at least 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think Ohio Weber and those guys are just.
Yeah,
I think they're going to run downhill.
And you know,
I don't see them stopping.
Urban Meyer going from 6 days to 7 is really going to play a big factor in this game. Now he'll be with them on Saturday morning now, so
They'll eat breakfast together and then go to the game together.
Yeah.
Well, they're already eating breakfast together. They just didn't go to the game together.
you're despicable, Urban.
Let's move on to the next one. I don't want Keith Whitcomb to show up with a shotgun over here. Let's go. The Land Sharks traveling to LSU. So the line on that game is that line correct?
Tell you what,
10.5?
somebody has fallen asleep at the wheel over in Vegas.
That normally means a blowout.
Yeah, dude, that's
That line.
that is a stupid line, really. I mean, like now Ole Miss is not as bad as they looked against Alabama,
No.
but LSU is struggling against everybody. LSU could go play somebody around here like JSU, and I guarantee you that'd be
That's the type of team they are. Always will be. So I take Ole Miss 10.5. LSU winning by touchdown.
As for Tiger Mike, I'm taking LSU to cover.
Yeah.
Tiger Mike, I'm with you on this one. I think LSU gets it done. I think LSU gets it done. I'd say 24 to. They'll hold their receivers to about 17. 24-17. LSU wins the game. No, 31-17. LSU covers. Baylor, Oklahoma, 23.5 point line on that. Woods, what do you see in that?
I like Oklahoma, man. I've taken them to cover the last couple of weeks, and they've kind of let me down a little bit, so I'm going to hop off that train this week. You can't struggle like that against these teams, and then a Baylor that comes in and slings the ball around the field, and it's 28.5, right?
23.5.
23.5. It's three. How many points is Baylor going to score? I say 28. So is Oklahoma going to score 51? No. I think it's going to be a 42-28 game.
Murray's dynamic and stuff, but I think people's kind of figuring out how to defend
Well,
him.
he's 5'8" or 5'9", first of all. I mean, he's tiny.
People are figuring out how to defend him already, and what little bit I've watched of him, he don't seem to be able to take the top off the defense. So now people are putting,
He's not tall enough to do
yeah, they can't, and now people are getting to where they put what used to be called a rover, now it's called a spy on him, and they're just kind of shadowing him, and the defensive end are rushing up the field, they're keeping him in the pocket. And if you watch, you don't see him, like the first week or two, nobody knew how to defend him. He busting these big plays. Now, you'll see him bust one or two a game, but it's because he shoots straight up the field and makes a move on somebody. He's not getting the edge no more.
It's kind of like what Alabama did with Tim Tebow in the SEC championship game.
Very similar.
Try, not rushing up the field, just keep him in front of him.
Rushing up the edge and contain.
Yep.
Don't even come in on him. Which I talked about that on the IMG game.
You can't stop him. You can only help to contain him.
Yeah. Talking about 08, not 09. I mean 09, not 08.
Yeah. We kind of learned our lesson in 08.
Well, actually, no.
He actually threw the ball like a maniac. I mean, you couldn't walk up and hand the ball to receivers.
That's the best he's ever thrown was in 08.
The one he threw right to Cooper was.
Because of that game, I've defended Tebow to this day. Because as an Alabama fan, I've watched Tebow make some great passes.
That was the best he ever threw the football, I thought, in that 08 game because he had little windows and was hitting people.
Well, besides the Sugar Bowl against Cincinnati. Sugar Bowl against Cincinnati, his final game. After Alabama beat us, that dude threw for 400 yards and was like 28 for 30. It was, of course, the receivers were wide open. But
all right, let's move on. This is another huge game right here, man. This is a classic rivalry game across the country. Number 7 Stanford at number 8 Notre Dame. Book in at quarterback now. They're definitely a little bit different, a little bit more dynamic at quarterback. Offensively, I mean that being Notre Dame, a 5.5 point spread. What do you got?
I can't remember who I went with on the earlier video.
I'm pretty positive you took Stanford. I think you took Stanford for the outright win.
Yeah. The more I thought about that today, the more I like Notre Dame.
With Book slinging it?
With Book. I didn't really get to see that much, but I think they're a completely different team with Book. I'm going to take Notre Dame.
Straight up?
Straight up.
To cover 2?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to lean.
Is the Book kid a freshman?
I want to say he's a sophomore. I want to say, that's what I said in the previous shows. Like, can Stanford get up after that big win and then go on the road again and get up again like they did to beat Oregon last week?
We'll have a head coach that can definitely get them ready, and he understands game football. Probably one of the most underrated coaches in football. KJ Costello, veteran quarterback, veteran running back Bryce Love, veteran offensive line. I think there's no doubt. I'm not big on Notre Dame. I haven't been all year long. And it's no different with me with this quarterback. I think Stanford's just old enough to not give a crap who they are. Go in there and just take it. Outright win. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 2 touchdowns either.
2 touchdowns? Mm-hmm. All right, Woods.
I've been high on Stanford all year, though. Like USC, I was – so it's not, it's not just a Notre Dame effect.
It's David Shaw.
Yeah, I love David Shaw.
He's a football coach.
He is. And I hate to go against him.
It's just,
but I think, like you said, he's one of the most underrated coaches.
He is, man.
I got to visit Palo Alto when we were on the West Coast, and really unique place, man. The Hoover Tower, which you've always seen in the pictures. The campus is really nice, very clean. Everybody's real cool and chill. It's not like, some of the SEC campuses you see look kind of grimy. LSU's one that, no offense, Tiger Mike, but it's just it's got a dirtier
feel.
Pick
up the trash.
Yeah, it's like, and you got spray paint in some of the areas.
It's a page out of Army's book.
Yeah, it was. Did
you seen that article?
Yeah.
That was awesome. Let's move on to number 10. Woods' national natty pick and Heisman pick and Coach of the Year pick, the War Eagles.
I'm gonna stay down on them too. I don't have them covered 26.5 point spread. That's insane to me. Unless they just pick it up this week, and instead I'm probably one of the most disappointing starts to a season I possibly have ever seen. If I see him bail out of another pass, bro, and throw a pick, then I might drive to Auburn, Alabama, myself, and just call him out. Because, bro, I watch him. Instead of stepping into his throw, it's a and ducking. I'm like, dude, what are you doing, bro? I mean,
Aaron Rodgers impression.
Yeah, he's in his arms nowhere near. But anyways, I don't see him cover 26.5 points. I hope they do. I hope he breaks out this week and gets the ball rolling right in time to get in the meat of the SEC play. I hope they do, but they've not shown me they can do that to this point. I'm gonna take Auburn to win by 3 touchdowns, which would not cover.
The voters are holding Auburn in high regard. They're the
I think it's because they're so good defensively. Man.
They'll win ugly games.
They're the top ranked one-loss team. I mean, Washington's right there behind them. And
yeah, you couldn't really put Washington ahead of them if they beat them.
Yeah, so they're ahead of some ranked team, some undefeated teams, justifiably so.
Auburn still controls their own destiny.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now. They went out. They're going. They're going.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's no doubt. Let's move on to number 11, Washington. Good segue. Probably the most can't miss pick of the week is BYU at number 11, Washington, 17.5 point spread.
Dirty Whites, dude. They're not going to come in and lay an egg. I mean, unless you beat them to death, that's not going to happen.
They just beat Wisconsin at Wisconsin.
I don't know why that line is so high.
Especially the way they grind the ball and play.
Yeah, it's not like they throw the ball around, because what is Washington's strong point? They're secondary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so where can you attack them? In the middle, and that's what BYU's going to do. So I don't understand. And it may be one of those trap game things where we think that and it's a blowout, but I'm 17.5 BYU. Washington wins by 10 is what I'm going with, 10.
Washington by 10.
And, BYU, they've got 8th-year starter, Mangum back here.
Come off injury last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he got a medical redshirt last year.
What about, let me ask you this. What do you see about number 12, West Virginia, at Texas Tech?
What's the line on that game?
3.5.
What's the over-under is what you really want to
I guarantee you, that's probably at what, a 7?
That's got to be 7.
I'll take the over on it.
Yeah.
And I said this on the last video. I think Washington, West Virginia is just going to come in there and just
You said that, yeah.
pile on the points.
Just don't say curb stomp again because that didn't work out.
Yeah, I want to use the word curb stomp, but I used it
We retired that.
when Auburn got beat by
We got
LSU.
curb stomped by comments after you.
Yeah.
What LSU fans.
Well, that's how me and Tiger Mike hooked up.
That's right. We gained some pretty good people, knowledgeable people.
Yeah.
So you took West Virginia.
Yeah, I think West Virginia wins.
I'm like you. I think West Virginia comes in and covers. I think it's a high scoring. I don't even know if it's 70.
Dude, has anybody slowed West Virginia down?
They're 2 picks.
When he's been there and healthy, though, has anybody slowed them down? Has anybody held them under 30 since he's been there and healthy that you know of?
Not that I know of, but
Is that not a luxury knowing if you can hold these guys to 29 points, we're going to win this football game?
the problem is they can't really hold people just to 29 points at West Virginia.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to recruit defense to West Virginia.
You got one of the greatest offensive minds in college football, Dana Holgorsen, there. So
I'll tell you this right
with
now.
the worst hair on earth, dude.
That was my next point, bro.
Why does he wear?
Shave
First of all,
it, bro.
why does he wear a visor?
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah.
I almost wore a visor tonight, and I said I'm not doing it.
Dude,
And
shave it,
just
bro.
shave it
Yeah.
off.
Yep.
He reminds me of Coach from the show.
Oh,
Coach.
yeah, dude. Seriously.
But
That's actually a pretty decent show, man.
Yep.
Are you ready for this next one, man?
I don't know.
The defending national champs, 13.5 point favorites at home, UCF that being, obviously, versus Pitt.
I hope Pitt destroys them by 42. It's not going to happen.
Thank you. That is a straight up,
Yeah.
not going to happen. But you know why? Because the defending national champs, they show up, they win football games. That's what they do.
Let me tell you
That's how they
the
became
real,
champs last year.
tell you the real MVP of that team. Whoever made that schedule.
Bro, I can't let dude pick Fort Payne to be Etowah, dude. That's upsetting me a little bit, dude. I held it in, but dude, that upset me when he said that.
It was on our previous show. You guys probably know what we're talking about. But yeah, that was a pretty bold pick. That'd be the equivalent of picking Pitt over the defending national champs.
I'll tell you, UCF to cover.
UCF to cover. All right, number 14, Michigan at Northwestern, which occasionally can be a tricky place to play. I mean, it looks like they're playing at like some JUCO somewhere. Their stadiums.
Yeah.
If you're a Northwestern fan and you're watching this, thank you, first of all. Second of all, your stadium's atrocious. Woods, the line on that game is 2 touchdowns.
I got Michigan covered. I think Michigan's on a roll right now. Northwestern can't stop them. I think they're on a roll. And it's not because of McElwain. Nothing McElwain's doing. It's more about the defense.
Can you name a Northwestern player?
Nope.
Like our coach.
Name us one Northwestern football player.
They usually got that scrappy little white quarterback that just cat cut, wasn't it? Cat cut.
It's Fitzgeraldish.
Yeah.
Poor man's Fitzgerald.
I would love to pick Northwestern to cover, but I can't do it.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
I'd love to watch Northwestern win.
I'd love to watch
Yes.
him get a new stadium.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him get a new head coach.
Let me ask y'all this. How do y'all see tomorrow's game on Thursday? The turnover chain fighting Hurricanes, 18.5-point favorites at home versus the mighty UNC Tar Heels. Come on, Woods, give me something.
North Carolina, Fedora. We like Fedora. We are all Fedora
Really
fans.
good at Florida.
Yep. I'm going to go Thursday night game. Coral Gables. It'll be about, Thursday night game. Coral Gables will be about
25,000.
8,000 or 9,000. I like North Carolina Thursday night game. I think Fedora started figuring it out last week. They came up with a big win, get the ball rolling a little bit. I think Miami's quarterback's terrible. Rozier, we won't get into all that again, but I think he turns the ball over 3 or 4 times. And Thursday night, North Carolina takes, not just covers, takes the victory.
Are you getting the pen ready?
No. I completely agree.
I thought he was warming it up.
Miami has a quarterback controversy on their hands.
They should.
I mean,
It's not getting it done.
we've been asking for weeks who's the backup.
Malik Rozier was taken out of last game. Guy come in and threw 3 touchdowns. Very efficient.
Who was it?
Nakosta Perry.
Okay.
I may have that wrong.
Never heard of him, but he's better than.
Slade Miller, correct us in the comments.
Yeah. But yeah, I think if I don't care who's playing. Thursday night, I cannot have an 18.5-point spread and go with it.
It's just a weird night.
Weird stuff happens on Thursday nights.
I wonder why that is. You think it's the short week of preparation or something?
It's all rigged.
I'll tell you this right now. If you're a ranked team, don't ever go on the road on Thursday.
How many times FSU lost on Thursday night?
I know.
Highly ranked.
That was back
Top
when they
5.
used to never lose.
Yeah, top 5. They'll come out and get beat by a team that ain't won a game.
Now, I want to dive a little bit into this next game because this is a very interesting line. South Carolina is traveling to Kentucky and it's only a 1-point game. That's kind of strange to me considering what happened last week. Lead us off on this, Josh.
That is a slap in the face of Kentucky.
I agree.
Now, South Carolina, we seen them get beat by Georgia. And then they had the game that was canceled. So we haven't got to see much. And I think that may be why the line said it what it is. But to me, Benny Snell Jr. and a good defense.
They're ranked number 13 in the nation, I believe.
I think Kentucky pulls this one out and gets the win.
Woods?
I've got for a little stat here. South Carolina gives up 163 rushing yards a game.
They're done.
They're done, bro. That's all I need to see out of this game.
If they don't turn it over, they're done.
Benny Snell, good Lord.
Dude, their quarterback makes plays too.
Well, he's got 2 touchdowns and 4 picks I just saw, but it's the plays he makes on third down extend drives that gets Benny Snell more carries, more touches. Yeah, I'm all over Kentucky on this one. 5-0, first time in program history. Calipari gets it. I'm just kidding. Stoops gets it done 5-0. I like it.
Well, here's the thing. I said from the beginning of the season in our preview show, I don't think South Carolina's that good.
I think you nailed that on the head too.
I was very high on South Carolina.
Muschamp's defense.
It's still, dude. The reason I say that is Stan Anderson watches our show, and he and I talk all the time, probably daily, especially during football season. If you read between the numbers of the wins last year, everybody's like, "Oh, they were 9 wins." Okay, they were ranked a few positions below Florida on offense. They've not done anything to correct it. And I ask you guys, what have they done to improve that? And everybody's like, well, they got Samuels. Okay, what else? Because now we got 11 guys defending this one guy. You know, what has he done this year? My point to that is people are keying on him, now beat us.
Yeah, South Carolina came out with a really bad game plan against Georgia.
And they got shell-shocked, I thought.
They put the game in the hands of Jake Bentley. He threw 25 times in the first half, I think. And Georgia just, before you knew it, Georgia was up on them. And that's not a team you want to be playing from behind against. Maybe they can straighten some things out, but
do you think there's any way if he goes 6-6, he's not on the hot seat over there, or do you think they'd be happy with 6-6?
Muschamp
After the expectations from last year,
9 wins last year. Regardless of how he got the 9 wins, he got 9 wins. Spurs last couple of years there weren't the greatest on earth.
Is 6-6 there acceptable nowadays?
Yeah.
I don't think he's that good of a head coach. He still has the same problems he had at Florida.
Well, his defense is not very good this year either.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, our defenses were freaking phenomenal when he was there, but no, he's not now. Benny Snell runs wild on that guy.
I think he has. If they're giving up 160, Kentucky has over 220 rushing yards, and I think Kentucky wins the game by 14 points.
have y'all seen the latest updated Heisman stats, rankings?
2 is number 1.
You know where Benny Snell's at?
Did somebody say 10th?
I didn't see him on there.
I thought someone went back
He's
on
not on there?
that poll and said 10th. I thought was what I read. I could be wrong.
If he's not one of the top 10 football players, I guarantee you right now, he means more to his team than anybody else in the nation.
Yes.
Which is what the award's supposed to be about.
I think the odds of him winning the Heisman are 80-1. So
That's what someone said, 80-1. Yeah, I didn't see it.
if you want to make some, if you got some money, I'd put a couple $100 on Benny Snell, because you're getting 80-1 odds. And to me, I can't see him not making it to New York.
I can't either if they keep chugging along. Now he gets an injury or something.
Yeah, he gets an injury, or if they start losing for some reason the Heisman, you got to be on a winning team.
Yeah, I ain't gonna get into all that. We'll do a whole show on that, but to me, the trophy symbolizes the most valuable player to his team.
Yes.
There's no questions asked. You take 2 off Alabama, they're undefeated. They've won every game by multiple touchdowns. You take him off that team right there,
They may be winless.
they may be winless. And not only that, they're definitely not ranked. They're definitely not going in the direction they are. I mean, it changes everything from a recruiting aspect to a national brand aspect to fans putting butts in seats.
Yes.
He means more to his football team than anybody else.
I'm watching him on Saturdays, and to me, I'm already thinking, man, I hope the Packers pick him up.
Yeah, shoot, yeah, dude. I'd take him in Green Bay right now.
Le'Veon.
I hope they get Le'Veon.
Oh, God, dude. You kidding me? Woods just...
Don't get our hopes up.
Come on, bro. Get my blood pressure up, bro. Now, let's go on and knock this game right here out. Texas, up to number 18, playing much better football. 9-point. They got 9-point. They're not a dog. They're favored 9 at K-State. K-State is usually a tricky little place to play, but I watched Mississippi State go over there and trounce them. Woods?
Texas that's just one of those Notre Dame effects. They win a couple games, they're in the top 25 all of a sudden. Everybody's all over them. Kansas State wins, and obviously covers. They win the game.
Where's this game at?
K-State.
Nobody goes to Bill Snyder Field
That's right.
Okay.
and comes out with an easy W.
Especially Texas, a mediocre Texas team.
So I'm going to go with Kansas State to win. I'm with Woods.
All right, so let's go. This is actually a pretty big game right here. 2.5 points. Oregon is a 2.5-point favorite at number 24, Cal. Again, can you get your team up? Cristobal get his team up after a huge, crushing loss like with Stanford. Crumby?
I don't think it's the team that needs to be picked up. I think it's Cristobal.
Think so?
He dropped the ball on that.
Yeah, you should have run, make them use your timeout punt.
He could have kneeled on the ball.
That's what I'm talking about. Excuse me, kneel down, because why even put the ball? You're still doing an exchange.
Yes. No exchanges.
No exchange. You should have kneeled down. I agree.
So
he said he was trying to get a first down.
Yeah. I don't know why.
He said that. Yeah.
It's like J.R. Smith with the free throw.
Yeah.
Just own up to it. You messed up.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I don't have much respect for Cal. I think Oregon goes in there, covers.
It is another crazy place to play. Cal's one of those places, dude. It's on the West Coast, so we don't see it a lot here. We don't even recognize it, but
we're not awake at that time.
Yeah, usually we're not awake at that time, but
you gotta officially do it, dude.
I'm gonna do it this time. I think Cal comes out with a victory. I think Cal comes out with a victory. But
you taking Cal?
I am.
Straight up.
Straight up.
They're going to win the game straight up.
They're going to win the game. If they have to 2.5, so yeah, they'll cover. They'll win. I think they win the game. I think Cal's one of those weird places, dude. It's just one of those weird things.
Now, I took Oregon, but I don't feel great about it.
Yeah. Cal's one of those crazy places, man.
Rogers ain't there no more, bro.
Yeah.
Home of Aaron Rodgers.
Ron.
All right. Central Michigan at Michigan State.
That's got to be. That's the can't miss pick of the week.
What was that?
No, they're terrible. Central Michigan's horrible.
What is the line on it?
28.5.
Oh, come on.
I don't even know if Michigan State will cover. I mean, we'll score 28.
I don't know. I don't think they could score that on. I know they couldn't score it on JC.
And it's an 11 o'clock game, so they got to get up early.
No way.
I mean, Michigan State might win this one 24-0, but still, I don't think they'll cover.
28.5. I mean, you basically there's no way.
I got Michigan State winning, not covering.
All right, man. Here's the big one, man. Florida at Mississippi State. I definitely want to talk about this one. Woods.
I talked to a buddy we know, Sam Ritchie, today, and he was talking about Mississippi State, and he was saying how Fitzgerald's not the same Fitzgerald. Although the week before he did have 100 yards rushing, like 300 yards passing, or 200 yards passing. CC, I'm gonna tell you something. And again, dude, we bashed Florida. We've held back. I'm gonna tell you something. Watching that defense with CC Jefferson and David Reese last week,
different.
Completely different. It's a completely different.
For one, he's the quarterback of the defense.
Yes, and then CC Jefferson just makes plays. I mean, that dude's gonna be a first-round draft pick.
Now are you gonna double Polite? You can't double Polite no more.
Yeah, that's right.
You can't double two people.
So, I think Florida's running game, I mean, is super strong right now. I mean, it's we do pass the ball.
Best running back sitting on the bench, it looks like.
Yeah, Damian Pierce will get more touches. He's got to, man. How you not give a kid more touches? But I think we're going to run the ball. I think we're going to have 100. I saw Benny Snell do it on him last week. Obviously we don't have a Benny Snell in the backfield, but we got a couple guys that are more than capable of doing something. Scarlett's an underrated running back in the SEC, if you ask me. Receivers are playing good. I got us going into Mississippi State in an emotional game. I think they're focused more on Dan Mullen than they are the Gators.
Yep.
And I think that helps propel us to a 31 to 17 victory, 2 touchdowns.
I said, you want to go first or you want me to go?
Now, beginning of the year, I'd have picked Mississippi. I'm going to tell you, I picked Mississippi State by 10.
I thought it was the toughest game on our schedule. I thought it was tougher than Georgia coming into the year. Because it's at Mississippi State, here's how I see the game. Kentucky gave us the blueprint on how to beat them. Kentucky gave us the blueprint on how to defend them. Mullen knows everybody on that roster and knows their weaknesses. Mm-hmm. Grantham knows how to stop this offense. Grantham knows how to stop these players. Played against them in practice every day. Across the board, athletically, this ain't the same Florida team that we used to be, but I think we can definitely match player for player with Mississippi State.
Better coach. Much better coached.
And with that being said, I think Florida, the only thing that I definitely give them advantage on is their defensive line.
Well, then last week they looked like trash.
They looked like trash last week, but Kentucky's offensive line's pretty good.
Yeah.
Their defensive line's pretty good. I think we blocked them enough to create some lanes. I think they're going to have trouble covering our receivers. Frank's is second to 2 in the SEC in touchdown passes thrown.
They're tied, aren't they?
I think it's 13 to 12.
Franks has 12.
It's 12 and 12, right? Anyways, they're right there with each other.
Is it 12 and 12?
I thought they were tied because I saw on there it's actually was like a stat that was funny. Said that the only player with as many touchdowns.
It's Frank.
Something about Franks and Tua being tied. I don't. It may have been right.
Yes, it's 12.
My last statement is, well, that's good. That's good. My last statement is, thank God we went to Knoxville last week because we got the true road game under the lights.
People are balled into Franks.
Yeah.
People are balled into Franks now. He probably, for the first time he's been at University of Florida, feels like this is my team.
Yep.
With the fans behind me, with,
Coach behind me, he's not looking over his shoulder.
Yeah.
And we're looking to bring in Kelly Bryant.
And now the Kentucky loss don't look as bad as it, the Chicken Little, the sky was falling there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Now it's.
We win this game, buddy.
Oh, yeah. The LSU game will be monstrous, but one game at a time. One game at a time.
Yeah.
I say, final score, I say it's going to be a little bit nastier game than Woods did. I'd say 24-14 or 24. I think we win double digits. I think we win by, I'd say 24-14.
I hate to say it, guys.
That's okay. Is that the thing, the meter right there?
Oh, yeah, this is for Alabama.
Oh, I was about to say, surely you got Mississippi State beating us like that.
Not so fast, my friends.
There you go.
I think Mississippi State comes out with a win. Now, I know that Fitzgerald, God love him, probably should have came out for the draft last year. He's not looking good. 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That's atrocious.
We got some ends that's going to put some pressure on him. And we got our quarterback back at defense.
Yeah.
David Reese.
What I would say is don't overrush because he can run the ball. I think Mississippi State wins by 10.
I like where your head's at, man.
So next week we'll have tryouts on Average Joe's show. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I can tell you now, I wouldn't be surprised. It would surprise me now.
Yeah.
Beginning year I'd have picked that, but now I'd be shocked if we lost by 10. But it's Mississippi State. We've been to Mississippi State probably some of the worst times of our lives and got beat.
Here's the thing: is on week 1 preview, I pointed to this game and said Mississippi State, Florida coming into this game undefeated. Both of them have 1 loss, and both losses are to Kentucky. Weird things are going on this year. Mm-hmm. With that being said, I think Mississippi State's going to be fired up. Mullins.
I think it plays in our advantage.
I do too. I think, like I said, I think they focus more on Mullen than they do.
I just think I know he knows how to defend them. I know that.
Yeah, he's not one of those coaches that. Although, hey, the weird stat. What was it I saw? The last 8 coaches to go back to play their college they left the next year at home are 0-8. 0-8. They've never. It's either they've never won or they've won just one time ever in the history of SEC football.
I'd like to see UCF take on Nebraska.
God, that'd be awesome.
Dude,
that'd be a problem.
Yeah, good.
UCF is a good football team. I mean, they're pretty solid.
He built that. I don't know that he can build that. Nebraska's not.
They're just not good.
Yeah, they're not.
Anything else, man?
And it's nothing. You're not going to bring players there. Hell,
Nebraska?
Yeah.
He'll. They keep playing like this, he's not going to get any.
No.
I'm going to say, but they got a lot of money up there. They start doing what Alabama does.
Yeah.
Just handing out stuff.
You should say UCF.
That meant what? What?
You got to dodge dealership.
All because I picked Mississippi State.
Now, hey, we're about to shut this one down. Guys, please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell beside it to get the notifications. This is Average Joe Sports Talk. Stay sexy, San Francisco.